Okay, everybody. Here we go. It's me. It's me, of course. With all of you, thanks for being here, everybody. Lava's here. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Lava, please do so. She's way better, way smarter than I am. Anyway, guys, listen. We have so much to talk about today. I want to show you a few things. I want to break some stuff down for you, with you. Again, I am not here to change anybody's mind about a damn thing. I just want to bring you guys up to speed about what's happening. And it's kind of interesting. It really, really is. Especially today was an outlier in many ways. Again, we apparently got this deal. It's the most greatest deal in history between the United States and the UK. It's a nothing burger, and the market barely coughed at it, even after President Trump said, buy stocks now. Okay, the market did finish higher. I mean, look at this. We couldn't even get a 1% gain out of the Dow. We couldn't even get a 1% gain out of the S&P 500. Okay, the Nasdaq just over 1%. Look at these numbers here. History was made today. Okay, history was made. The market doesn't smell it, even though President Trump said, literally, buy stocks now. He said it today. As a matter of fact, this move in the market was less than when, what's his name? Freaking Licknut, whatever his name is, when Licknut a week and a half ago said, I have a deal, done, done, done. He was floated out just to boost up the stock market. There was no deal. We never found out about a deal. We weren't told where the deal was, what nation it was with, nothing, zero. And I'll tell you something else. Apparently, President Trump reached a truce with the Houthis. Even that wasn't enough to boost the stock market. I mean, there's something else going on here, man. I'm going to show you a chart. We're going to talk about a few things. The 10-year yield, a lot of debt selling today. Again, this movement, this is clearly illiquidity, ex-lava. Clearly illiquidity in this market. When you got this kind of movement, look at this. Look at the 10-year yield from today. Wham, this is 11 basis points, up and down and up, and doesn't know where it wants to go. This is stability. You understand? The debt market is supposed to be rock solid. It's supposed to be rock solid. With this yo-yo movement up and down every other day, 10, 15, 20 basis points is insanity. And it tells us that we have a very, very, very big problem. So anyway, let's so with the markets, all right, look. Well, it's kind of complex to put this together here, but again, we got this a magnificent deal today. People, look, man, you guys and girls, I urge you to always do your own research. This was the deal that isn't, and the market knows it. Okay, investors know it. You know it. Greatest deal ever. Every deal is the greatest deal ever, but just isn't true. Okay, so we get that, and then we get President Trump. I mean, look at this. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. President Trump, buy stocks now. Buy stocks now. I mean, first of all, we've never heard this before, other than, I don't know whenever, probably never. Buy it now. Let's sit on the market for a second. I know there's a lot of very, very smart people here. This is a chart of the S&P 500 going back a year. This is April, okay? This is where we are now. I want one of you to tell me, what is that? What do you see here? What is forming there? Well, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, could be. I see a rising wedge here. Bear flag. Okay, that too. Which means we could drop off here like a freaking rock. Now let's talk about something else that happened today or did not happen today. Okay, for you chartists here. Okay, this is so in your face. It's all in our face, people. The truth is hidden in plain sight. So, what happened today? A historic trade deal. That's not Greg Mannarino. This is our beautiful, illustrious president of the United States. An epic man. It's historic. Okay, we get that. We get the man himself coming out saying, buy stocks now. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? First of all, honestly, where did I put that? This is nothing. This market barely moved, not even 1% on the Dow, not even 1% on the S&P 500, okay, 1% on the NASDAQ, which is, anyone, we could go on and on about the NASDAQ alone. But that wasn't enough to have look at these volume spikes. You see that? Nothing. We got nothing here. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Or is Greg completely nuts? And President Trump, he walks on water, and we should all be rushing out to buy stocks. Now, would you be buying stock with this? My technical traders out here, and I know there's a bunch of you, with a bear flag screaming rising wedge, okay, with no volume on the back of a historic trade deal, the deal that wasn't or isn't, okay, on the back of buy stocks now, no volume. Okay, I'll give you that the RSI, we're in positive territory. That's good. I'll give you that the MACD, okay, I would say neutral, bullish on the MACD. Wouldn't you agree? Those you that are chartists here. But this is screaming in our face that something is wrong. Volume is screaming in our face that something's wrong. Unless I am missing something, and I am willing to accept that, okay? I only did this for, I don't know, 20 freaking years, longer than that now. I'm an old guy. What am I getting wrong? What am I missing here? Okay, so what I'm telling you guys and girls is this. When you get a reaction like this in the stock market, when you get an 11 basis point move in the 10-year yield, and then you get an almost knee-jerk reaction into the dollar. Look at the dollar strength today. This is pretty profound. We are solidly above 100. I still don't think it's going to last. I don't think so. But okay, maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe we are not going to get a weaker dollar, even though President Trump is screaming from rooftops that we need a weaker dollar. It's back. We need a weaker dollar. Again, you know why President Trump is saying we need a weaker dollar? He doesn't even try to hide it. And I'm not saying, for those of you that cannot stand anything negative about President Trump, this is what he said today. Trump says a rate cut would be like jet fuel for the markets. He's 100% right. What happens here when a president working with the central bank gets in here to artificially suppress rates, it opens up a doorway for cash to make its way into risk assets or the stock market. It also destroys the purchasing power of the currency. It takes more weaker dollars to buy anything, eggs, milk, a new car, whatever it might be. It also takes more weaker dollars to buy the stock market. So he's not even trying to hide what he wants to do. Guys, listen, man. Greg has TDS. Again, it's a psychological muscle. When you present, this is absolute truth here. Okay, this is what he said. Jet fuel for the markets. But how does a weak dollar help you when you're out here trying to make ends meet? You're out here working for Federal Reserve notes that are losing purchasing power. He doesn't outline how it's going to help you. He outlines how it's going to help the market or his rich friends who owns 90% of the stock market. Exactly. The 1 and 2%. The rest of us, we're nothing. But do you see what I'm telling you? They don't even try to hide it anymore. You don't want a weaker dollar. I don't want a weaker dollar. We need to return purchasing power to the currency, not take it away. And absolutely, he's not that stupid. I don't think President Trump is stupid at all. I think he just doesn't give a damn about you. You think he does, but he don't. Where's the proof? It's right here. Where's the proof? I don't know. It's freaking everywhere if you ask me. But what do I know? So anyway, buy stocks now. Bitcoin over 100,000. Economic news, U.S. productivity craters, okay? People, it's over. The U.S. economy is done. And a weaker dollar ain't helping it. We need a stronger dollar. We need to return purchasing power to the currency. People, tell me where I'm getting this wrong. Because I am getting slammed lately with Trump deranged, Trump diarrhea syndrome or TIGS people. Greg, your hatred for President Trump, it's so obvious. I don't hate the man. I hate the mask, and I hate what lies behind the mask even more. Sound about right? I did the same thing to Biden. I peeled off Biden's mask. You all know that because you've been with me long enough to know that I destroyed this man. Where are all those people then? You see what I'm saying? It's incredible. Now, let me show you a couple of other things here. Well, first of all, so Israel, this pushed crude oil higher today. So Trump made a truce here with the Houthis. Let me read this to you. Israel vows to defend themselves, which they're allowed to do, okay, after Trump strikes a truce with Houthis. I thought he was going to annihilate them, but okay, we'll take a truce. This is the truce. According to President Trump, the US will halt, okay, 8 weeks later, 24/7, an ongoing military campaign against the Houthis in exchange for the group stopping its attacks on U.S. interests in the region. You know something? That sounds fair to me. So let's give some credit where credit's due. President Trump, if this holds, I'm giving you credit here. Rhonda, thank you. I appreciate that. So let's see. The Houthis have acknowledged disagreement with President Trump, but made it clear that their attacks on Israel would continue. Okay. Just don't attack U.S. interests, and I guess we're going to be okay. I don't know, but because Israel said they're going to defend themselves, which every nation is allowed to do. Look what happened to crude oil, up 3.31%. Gold and silver got hit. Look what happened to cryptocurrencies today. A couple of things happened to cryptocurrency. The biggest thing that happened today to cryptocurrency, and you probably know this because we talked about it this morning. President Trump's crypto czar said he is starting his own. He's starting with 300 million. It's soon going to be a billion investment fund for Bitcoin. That put a fire underneath the whole crypto space because this is going to grow. This is President Trump, the United States sitting president's crypto czar, now an insider starting his own Bitcoin fund. Okay, I guess that's what we voted for. And there's one more thing I want to bring to your attention real quick. So some of you might know about this, some of you might not. This is just from 3 days ago. Recession Alert Weekly Leading Economic Index. Are you guys and girls familiar with this? This is not the end all. I'm going to tell you what this is. Okay. This is a particular set of leading indicators that are tracked on a weekly basis. Okay. Now, again, this is not the end all, but over time, in fact, let me just read this to you. In fact, no, I'm going to tell you. This index here, this weekly leading economic index, has been right, okay, over 80% of the time. That means it's been wrong about 20. Okay, so for the most part, it's been correct. So what this is telling us, well, let me read this to you. Now I will. So the Recession Alert Weekly Leading Economic Index, or WLEI, the data going back to 1973 and includes recession starts. It is easy to see that recessions are closely aligned with the WLEI. Okay, go back to 1973. Now, with that said, it is a fair assessment to say that this index has been a reliable indicator, over 80%. I would say over 80% is reliable. I am not saying this is the end all. I am not saying it's written in stone or by the hand of God or anything like that, but I'm saying that it's reliable. Okay, now, so what we have here today, this WLEI continues to drop deeper into negative territory. So an 80% chance, let's say an 80, says that this is going to be correct. But we already know that. You see, you and me, we're already in a recession. People can't get by. They are struggling across the board here. Loan defaults, bank balance sheets, which are evaporating. They're all operating, again, in a perpetual vacuum. It's a big problem. And it's just, and then you got the president here, buy stocks now. But I'm telling you, look, guys and girls, you are all free to do anything you want at any time. But for you guys and girls that are chartists, it's in your face, isn't it? I'm not saying this is the end all. I'm not saying this is right 100% of the time, but I'm telling you that these bear flags, these rising wedges here, that says something. But what says something more to me, we haven't had any volume. Look at these spikes with the sell-offs. You see these spikes with these huge sell-offs? That tells you something. Now, we've had pretty much steady volume here. With even today, this just blows my mind. Historic deal. Nothing like it before in history. It's nothing, people. The whole outline, I did it for you this morning. Read it for yourselves. Do your own research. But even the president saying to buy stocks now, where's the volume? Where's the volume here? What will Greg Mannarino be doing? I will be watching the debt market. I will be watching the currency markets. I will be looking at the economy because a moment of reckoning is coming. Right now, again, the gap between even where the stock market is now, again, the high from December, we got out right at the top. I mean, almost to the day. I did put a little more cash back to work in this market. You all know that. Not much, enough for now. Will I be jumping in there on President Trump saying buy stocks now? How about no? How about no? So it looks like 82% of you agree that no. Until we see a volume spike, until we see a rally in this market on a spike of volume. Okay, look, guys and girls, I got you. I got your back. I got your front. I got every part of you. We need to see a volume spike here with a corresponding rally, not a volume spike on a free fall. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Greg, you're wrong. Do what President Trump says. Maybe he's right. Absolutely, maybe he's right. But with what we have here, with leading indicators falling off of a cliff, with U.S. productivity cratering through the floor, we haven't had a single piece of good economic news, and we didn't even get a real trade deal. We do not have a trade deal here. I'm sorry. But we did get this, and I will give credit to President Trump. His truce with the Houthis. Is it going to hold? I have no idea, but I guess we're going to find out. Anyway, that's kind of where we stand here, guys and girls. Are we here? Bitcoin is well over 90,000. Bitcoin is 100 on the back of, again, President Trump's cryptos are now starting his own crypto fund here. Bitcoin is 101,356 at the market close, but it's obviously trading right now. Anyway, guys, listen. I am no man. What happens to the volume when it's missing? Well, there's always going to be some kind of volume. But going back to volume, when you see, I mean, look how obvious this is. When you have the big sell-off and a big spike in volume, that tells you that there's conviction to the downside. There is no conviction here to the upside. This rising wedge over here with no volume, that is bad. That's got bad written all over it. But you guys and girls who think that President Trump walks on water and Greg Mannarino is just a fool, well, then go ahead and listen to President Trump here. But I can promise you that Greg ain't doing nothing with this market until he sees a volume spike on a big rally in the market. And it may even take more than one day. Is what I am saying making sense to you? Or is what I'm saying completely out there in some other place where it shouldn't be? Explain this to me. Yes, exactly. Mickey is correct. Rising wedges are always a double sword edge. Again, you're right, bro. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? So we need to see some volume here, guys and girls. All right, look, you want me to take some questions or anything like that before we get out of here? Guys and girls, girls and guys? Or you want to get going here? Catch it beer. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to go there. JEPQ. Okay, I'm in JEPQ, small position. Once I see a spike in volume, once I see a big rally, I'll get back. You think I don't want to be back in here? You really don't think I want to be back in here, people? You know I do. You know I do. All right, Christian, I'm ready. Let's take some questions. Let's do it. What do you want to do? BlackRock coin. Don't be. Is there such a thing? If there's not, I'd be willing to bet there's going to be, at least sometime soon. Of course, deficit spending. Look what they're doing. Look at what they're doing here. It's all added to U.S. GDP, this $1.32 trillion spending bill, the conservative way to go, right? If Biden did that, if Biden were to do what Trump just did, Trump supporters would be taking to the streets. But no, not now. It's all good. Keep wearing that red hat. You can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. It's impossible to do. What we're seeing here is completely something that has yet to be defined, people across the board. Pretty much. False Flag Friday. And nothing would surprise me. Do you guys and girls believe that this truce between Trump and the Houthis is gonna stay in place, or is there something else? What Israel again? Look what happened to crude oil. Israel said we're going to defend ourselves. They're striking targets right now. Israel, with the help of the United States, all over the Middle East. Jonathan, thank you. Just keep printing money. Exactly. I mean, crude. Look what happened to crude today. Look at this spike. Israel said they're going to keep, striking targets over there, even though there's a truce here between President Trump. This wasn't a war with the United States people against anybody. This was Trump's war because he felt it was the way to go. Again, where's Trump's people? No war. Greg, you're going to be wrong on this one. I'm going to call you out. I got told this. You have no idea, Greg. When you're wrong, when I'm wrong, okay. I said war would continue. This funding bill, 1.32 funding bill here, trillion. There's funding in there for the Ukraine war. Oh, you don't believe that one either? Go look it up. You can't make it up. Explain 42 gold revaluation. I covered this just recently. What President Trump is talking about doing is revaluing gold to spot price, roughly $3,000, and then taking that difference and buying Bitcoin. China is loading up with tons of gold. So who's winning here? We're winning. Rah, rah, rah. Greatest trade deal we've ever had. It's nothing. It's the deal that isn't. Okay? And I covered it for you this morning, guys. You cannot make this up. A president with balls, that's what we need. This guy here, he doesn't have nothing. He's a puppet. Can't even stand by his own convictions. It's an incredible thing. And it's the mask. It's what's behind the mask that bothers me more than the mask itself. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of it, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. Love you guys with all I got. All right, look, how do I look here? Look like a maniac? Good. It's my new thing these days. Like I said, guys, listen, Lava, please subscribe to Lava. She's way smarter than Greg Mannarino. She's a lot better looking than Greg Mannarino. Let's just be honest, guys and girls. And she's a sweetheart with the most angelic voice you probably ever want to hear. And she's going to tell you the truth. I'm telling you. She's not going to lie. So subscribe to Lava, please. All right. Let's show her some lion love, everybody. Okay. And yes, Matthew. She's quite it. She's quite it. No doubt about it. Yeah, Lava's a YouTube channel. Go check it out, man. Come on. I'm out of here, guys. I will see you guys. Actually, I'm going racing. I took my car apart. Let me tell you what I did just real quick. I took the Copo top end of the engine apart. I put it all back together because I couldn't stand the pull of racing tonight. I didn't want to miss it, and I'm probably going to race again on Saturday. Did you guys see this? Saturday here at Bradenton Motorsports Park, they're having an event called Track Wars. That's my car right there on top. That's me right there. How can I not race it? They got my car there. So, yeah, I'm sitting in it too. So I'm going to go racing tonight. And if you like that kind of stuff, follow me on Instagram. There's a link in the description of the video for my Instagram, and I will have a video out there for you. As long as the weather holds up. It looks like it might rain. I don't know. We'll see. But it's gonna have a lot of fun here. Thomas, yes, indeed. Look, Lava, look at all the love you're getting. Lava, will you look at the love you're getting here? I'll see you guys in the morning, or maybe I'll see you later on my Instagram. I hope you guys can go check it out. I really, really do. Right? It's a lot of fun, and it is an expensive sport. Trust me on this. My blower. Let's just talk about my blower. I exploded the blower. Cost me $15,000 to fix it. Torque converter, $2,000. Then I mean, you can go on and on with this stuff. It's my spark plugs, $6 a piece. They last for 5 or 6 runs. You want to talk about an expensive hobby? Yeah, get yourself an 8-second race car, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Definitely ain't cheap, man. God bless you right back, everybody here. I, we got each other always, man, don't we? We always do. Love you. See you later, or I'll see you in the morning.